People are not going to recognize this new version of yourself. They're going to keep you in the same category. However, this category doesn't even exist anymore because you are stepping into this new version of you, whether people are going to accept it or not. Just as we want others to see us fully in this new light, we have to fully commit to ourselves and to this new version of ourselves. We have to fully commit to this person and step into this new reality. You can't just pick an aesthetic. You have to immerse yourself into this person you want to become. Don't be lukewarm. Be wholeheartedly committed to this person. If I'm not wholeheartedly this person, my shell's going to crack and people are going to notice. This is what it's about. This is about this evolution of you constantly changing, evolving, finding who you want to be. Everyone knows a different version of you. However, your heart is still going to remain the same. That is key. You're not changing the fundamental of who you are and your well-being. You are altering yourself so you could fully reach your full potential, so you could live a better life that is in alignment with who you want to be and who you represent. One of my best friends called me the other day and she's like, I was explaining to her about the podcast and like what topics I was talking about. She's like, Nick, you have reinvented yourself a million times and I love you. And I was like, that's someone you want around, that is going to be around for all these different versions of yourself, but love you because you know what? I'm not changing my heart. My heart is remaining the same. However, I'm changing certain things about myself in order to align myself with that person, with that new reality that we're stepping into. Block every person out. Focus on yourself, what you want to project, and what kind of person you want to be. For me, I wanted to be a kind, loving, gentle woman. And, I found like you could dress the part, you could wear makeup every day, you can do your hair every day. But if you are not wholeheartedly that person, it's going to be hard to keep up with. You have to immerse yourself and really become this person. This is who you are now. You have to step into, this is who I am now. I am no longer going backwards. I'm getting rid of these small little details in who I was, and I'm changing them because you have to understand it is all in the small details that you do every single day. That is where it lies within. Those are the things that you have to change is the details. And that's why it's so hard because there's so many details about you. Now, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to practice self-care. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, we are practicing self-care. We are doing the things that we love. We are going to become a Pilates mommy, or maybe if that's not your style, we're going to become a gym girly, fitness weight training girly, whatever it is that you want to do, you are going to make time for it. You're going to make time for yourself because you love yourself, because you want to give back to yourself. You deserve it. So the more things you do for yourself is going to help you ground yourself. It's just going to become a part of who you are. Gym routine, nail routine, meditation routine, Pilates mommy routine, whatever it is, you're going to do it and you're going to allow yourself to feel good about it. Allow yourself to have the time for you to do this. Every single detail matters. Remember that. Every single detail matters. Whatever it is, if you want to start going to a poetry class, go to a poetry class, or you can go to a mosaic lamp making class. Whatever it is that you want to try and you've never done, do it. Or things that you know that you love to do, do it. It's about making time for ourselves no matter how flawed we are. You love yourself no matter how flawed you are because those flaws are beautiful. We're all looking for this like perfect apple cookie cutter life. That sound made more sense in my head. Like, you know how we go to the grocery store, we're looking for the best looking apple, the best looking fruit, whatever it is. Sometimes the ones with a few dents in it actually are way better than the ones that look, you know what I'm saying? Setting boundaries. We have to set boundaries. We have to protect our time, our energy, and our emotions. We're learning to say no to the things that no longer align with our reality. I don't know how many times I've told you this. I've repeated this over and over. We have to say no. If you're trying to step into this new version of yourself, but you're still doing things that the past you was doing, it's not going to work. You have to say no. You have to be able to drop that and move on, move forward. You're going to postpone what you have going on for you because you simply cannot let go. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's trauma. I don't know what specifically you are holding on to every single day. It is heavy. It is a lot of weight to carry with you every single day. You have to make peace with whatever that is. Let it go so you can become who you need to become. Because if you're not letting that go, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You know, I live in LA and I walk around and I see crazy people every day. And the more I see them, the more I start to understand them. It's so easy to lose your mind. They lost their mind because why? They weren't in control of their mind. So you have to combat that and realize, okay, making peace with this is going to help me go further in life. It's going to help me get to where I want to be, even though it's going to be hard. During this process of setting boundaries, you cannot please everyone. You can't. You have to cut off anybody that doesn't accept who you are and who you want to become. Because that is what we call distractions. People that are not allowing us to get to where we want to be, or they're inputting too much into our lives, where this is like, we've already decided this is what we want for ourselves, and they're like, well, why are you doing it like that? Like, just come out with us, just come out. And it's like, no. People are not always going to respect what you do, but it's up to you and what you value, that you are going to be able to live in alignment with that future person. That is what's going to differentiate you from your old self, because we're not our old self anymore. We want to step into this new person. Brings me into the next thing. We have to reflect on our own values. What do you value? Why do you wake up in the morning? What's your relationship with God? What's important to you? And the way to find this out is we reflect. We go inwards, we reset, we meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, I have a podcast on how to meditate. And if you still haven't watched that, then I maybe go watch another video. You have to quiet your mind, because again, like, if you are not in control of your mind, might as well be outside walking around in circles and sweeping up. You know, I see they just be sweeping the floor up. Like, think about that. Like, is this worth it? No, it's not. Learn how to quiet your mind, because if you're not in control, then who is? Who else is up there controlling you? You're in charge of that. You're in charge of to drop things, to take the trash out, to keep it moving. You're in charge of that, and only you can allow yourself to be in that place where it's like, okay, this is no longer aligning with me. And if I hold on to this, I cannot be the person I want to be. Once you know your values, you can do this. Align your actions with your values so you are who you claim to be. If this is who you are, then you're not doing this. So if I claim to be a woman of God and I'm a Christian woman, then I shouldn't be at the club partying every weekend, or I shouldn't be getting drunk every weekend. Now, be mindful, I do work at a club, but again, I'm not purposely going out to do that, because that is not in an alignment with who I am anymore. Then am I a fraud? Like, what does that make me as a person if I'm not backing up who I'm trying to embody? I'm kind of like counteracting what I'm trying to do here. Now, if you don't know who you want to be, that will help you, give you insight on who you do want to be. Because if you know what you don't want, it will kind of show what you do want, the things that you want to have in your life. There might be jobs you have to change. There might be places you don't go to anymore. There might be things you don't say anymore. There might be family you have to cut off. It's that deep. It's that deep. If you really want to become this person, you have to let go of every single thing holding you back. Pursue your passion. Reconnect. Start doing things you used to do as a kid. Start doing hobbies and stuff that you haven't done in a while. Start doing them. The things that make you feel alive. Go skydiving. Like, I don't know. Do things that are really going to make you feel like, wow, like I'm a human being living this life and I'm in this body to experience this feeling of love and to experience all these emotions. Like, sometimes when I'm sad, I actually like being sad. I like the feeling of being able to feel sad. I like the feeling of being able to feel happy. I like the feeling to, laugh. Like, all these feelings are blessings. These are all, like, the fact that we have the ability to even feel things. And, my plant right here, I don't know what he or she is feeling, but I feel like she's vibing out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Now think about all these tiny little hobbies that you do and all these cute little things that make you you. And think of it like a big mosaic piece, like random shattered pieces, but when they come together, they are beautiful. It is so beautiful to have all these different creative hobbies and things that you do. And when they come together, it's like, wow, like this person is truly unique. This is what this makes this person, who they are. We're challenging limiting beliefs, right? So anything that's limiting us to becoming our true, full, authentic self, we are getting rid of it. We are replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations, because where self-talk leads, self-image follows and it manifests. If we are constantly feeding ourselves these bad things, it's going to project on the physical. Now, what I mean by this is, like, if we are having bad thoughts come to us, we are redirecting these thoughts with positive thoughts. We're redirecting these thoughts with a different vibration, because we're changing the way we feel. We're not, if we're clouded by something that's bothering us, we're going to acknowledge the fact that we're being clouded and that we don't want this. So we're going to change what we're thinking. It's okay to be there for a little bit. We just don't want to stay there for too long. We want to redirect that energy. Lastly, be patient and kind with yourself. You find yourself taking steps backwards, because sometimes you will. Don't get upset, get better. That's it. Don't get upset, get better. Every step backwards is a longer time you get to be with your authentic self. You will not get to be and feel with that new version of yourself you're trying to create. That's just longer time you have to wait. We aren't filling a void. We are fulfilling the void. When I was downstairs, like typing away like a crazy genius, this last thing I thought, I was like, this is probably the most important thing I'm going to say today. Aren't filling a void, we're fulfilling the void. There's no more void anymore. We are being the person we always want to be. We're not holding back. We can choose who we want to be. Again, we're getting into the detail of who we want to be, and it's step by step. Step by step. Don't get overwhelmed, and don't let anybody get in the way of what you're trying to do for yourself, or sprinkle in things that you don't need to hear right now. It's all about having people be there, be present, and allowing you to just do your work, do what you're meant to be, fulfill your purpose. Okay, I am so happy that we are on episode 6. We are reclaiming ourselves. It does not matter what Susie Q or Junie B. Jones thought about us in 8th grade. None of that matters, because that does not exist. We are stepping in. Again, I'm going to be repeating a lot of the same things I speak about in my past episodes. I can reinforce how important and how much all these ideas tie in together. We are reclaiming ourselves and who we want to be. Because why? Because this is our life, and you are with yourself for the rest of your life. People are guaranteed to be with you for the rest of your life, but you got you for life, right? You got you for life. Yourself should be your best homie. You should be so locked in with yourself that I don't care if I ain't got nobody. I got myself, and that's all I need. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is episode 6. Reclaim yourself, reclaim your power. You got this.